Society we're creating right now, more and more men don't want to get married. And I get why. There is almost zero upside for men getting married. This isn't me saying that men shouldn't get married, or women, but think about what society is telling men about what being a man is. Tell about society is fucking men hardcore for getting married. If you get married and you get divorced, a woman takes 50% of whatever you have. 80% of relationships, the man is the biggest provider. So that's a big fuck right off the bat. What are you getting in exchange for that? Second, if you have kids with her, you're fucked, because the government doesn't think that you deserve shit. So even good dads who try to stay in the kid's life are fucked. So there's a lot of men going, why the fuck would I do this? The good news is that will correct itself, because eventually then people start going, oh, right? When you create mistakes, you only create more error. Error creates more error. So we've gone so far the other direction that more and more men are going, like, why the fuck would I get married?
Here's why you should never get married. In 2023, guys, unfortunately for us men, the marriage laws are not in our favor. Look at famous celebrities like Tyrese, Dr. Dre, Jeff Bezos, guys who have made it with plenty of money and suffered greatly through a divorce. Guys, 50% of my money I cannot afford to give away through a divorce. I refuse to give away through a divorce. And I think until marriage laws change, there's no incentive for men to get married. And if a woman truly loves you, she doesn't need you to marry her through the state. You can take care of her, provide for her, but if there's a greater risk for you to do this, then you should not do it. So as a man, 2023, until the marriage laws change, don't you dare sign on papers and marry a woman.
Men grasp the deeper meaning of marriage beyond its ceremonial facade. It transcends the extravagance of wedding attire or societal conventions. Yet, within a culture that often trivializes the institution, many men have become apathetic towards the prospect of marriage. One contributing factor is the reluctance to engage in earnest discussions about marriage. It's a topic often sidestepped, leaving little room for genuine exploration and understanding. Moreover, some men perceive a scarcity of respectful and empathetic partners, exacerbated by deviations from traditional gender roles. This sentiment is compounded by media portrayals that sensationalize marital conflicts, further eroding trust in the institution. Concerns about the justice system's handling of divorce proceedings add to the apprehension. There's a risk in entrusting one's life to the discretion of a single individual, especially considering the potential impact on children. The imbalance in power dynamics within relationships, where some women resist traditional roles, fosters resentment. This dynamic can lead to a breakdown in communication and mutual respect, exacerbating the reluctance to commit. In light of these challenges, there's a call for greater empathy and consideration within the legal system, particularly regarding the well-being of children and individuals involved in divorce proceedings. The disillusionment with marriage stems from a broader societal shift, where traditional notions are questioned and redefined. Why should anyone enter into a relationship where they feel reduced to a mere transaction? They find themselves burdened with covering living expenses while receiving little to no contribution in return. The pressure to fulfill perceived obligations adds to the strain, alongside the looming threat of a costly divorce. It's a scenario many would rather avoid. While women in their late teens to early 30s may believe they have ample time to find a suitable partner, the reality is far more nuanced. Rushed decisions often lead to regrettable outcomes, underscoring the importance of patience and discernment in matters of the heart. The decline in marriage rates has broader societal implications, including a decrease in birth rates below the threshold needed for population maintenance. This trend reflects a shifting landscape in which traditional notions of partnership are being reevaluated. As marriage rates decline, there's a noticeable uptick in men's reported happiness. The institution of marriage itself has undergone significant transformation. Government involvement has diluted the sanctity of marriage, turning it into more of a legal contract than a sacred union. Is to allow individuals to choose between religious marriages and civil unions, thereby reducing government interference, while empowering women, has inadvertently altered relationship dynamics, often leading to entitled behavior without consequences. The decision to marry and have children is a deeply personal one, not an obligatory societal expectation. The need for reform in divorce laws is apparent, with prenuptial agreements offering a practical solution for both parties. Emotional barriers sometimes hinder their adoption, leading to contentious divorce battles where children become unwitting pawns. It's essential to acknowledge and address the complexities of modern relationships, including the role of personal emotions and societal expectations. By fostering open dialogue and mutual understanding, we can navigate the intricacies of partnership with greater clarity and empathy. Women interested in starting families have options, like using egg banks or adopting, while forming support networks with other women for collective child-rearing is also gaining traction. In contemporary times, men often mitigate the risk of unplanned pregnancies by seeking professional services or practicing abstinence. The substantial drop in marriage rates has coincided with a notable increase in men's quality of life, up by 60%. Women often opt for the safe bet, favoring stable partners over riskier choices. The challenges of marriage predominantly lie in legal intricacies rather than the institution itself, which demands effort and compatibility. Marriage not only presents risks for men, but also impacts mental health significantly. Personal experiences often reflect feelings of mental exhaustion and even contemplation of darker thoughts during marriage, contrasting with a sense of relief and contentment upon its cessation. The evolving nature of individuals underscores the reality that people can change, sometimes for the worse. This realization prompts many men to view marriage, alongside dating, as increasingly unfavorable prospects, leading them to disengage from both pursuits. The modernization of courtship practices reflects a shift away from traditional norms, with marital intimacy often overshadowed by conflicts and career commitments. Marriages are cautioned against solely for physical intimacy, as the prevailing perception portrays it as akin to a business transaction, prioritizing self-interest over genuine connection. Increasing female earning capacities lead to a smaller dating pool and contribute to a decline in marriage rates, exacerbated by witnessing parental divorces and legal injustices. This societal shift, influenced by feminism, highlights a divergence in values regarding marriage, prompting men to exercise caution before considering marriage or opting for avoidance altogether. The perceived liberation of men from societal expectations of providing for women has led to noticeable contentment among unmarried males, contrasting with the dissatisfaction often expressed by older single women. However, the absence of spousal support for aging women during medical procedures poses significant challenges. Despite technological advancements, the decline in marriage rates signifies a monumental shift in societal norms, with many women choosing to remain single in anticipation of finding a wealthier partner. This evolving landscape offers men freedom from traditional marital pressures, influenced by the transformative impact of feminism on relationship dynamics. And that concludes today's discussion on MGTOW voice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on future videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.